Hi, I'm talking to you about the Skyline Layton fifth wheel trailers. As you can see, I have a fifth wheel Skyline. It's a nice trailer, and the model is the 2455 by Skyline, and it's this is where I bought the trailer from, which is Bob's Travel Center on Santa Rosa Avenue in Santa Rosa. The difference about this trailer is, on the inside you have a pair of bunk beds, which is nice. It's located on the very back left end, where you have a bed right here, some storage below it, and another bed right above. So you actually have bunk beds, which is a great idea. The other thing that I like about this trailer is you have a lock that you could actually lock yourself in at night, and in case of an emergency or a fire, whoever's sleeping in here can unlock the door, open it, and exit in case of an emergency. The design flaw that I have with this trailer is, this is the hot water heater, located right here, or the furnace, one of the two. I believe it's the furnace. The problem I have is, you can see it's pretty hot, or it says hot, and it gets hot. The door here that I just talked about for the bunk beds, well, the design flaw is, when it opens, it lays up against the heater, thus causing a problem when the fiberglass is laying against the heater. What they should have done was put a shock mount at the top, or what a company or a vehicle called Jeep does. They put nylon straps to prevent the door from opening all the way against the hot water heater or the furnace. So in this occasion, the door will open all the way up. The problem I have is, my family, which was inside the trailer, this 2455, my son, who is not the oldest but not extremely young, opened the door. The door went against the heater, and as you can see, it started to burn it and actually indented the trailer. So the door was pretty close to catching fire. The issue is, my son, his friend, and my wife are inside the trailer when this trailer could have caught fire. I was outside. I saw the door open, and I simply walked over to close the door because I didn't want any bugs to get in. So after I realized that there was a fire, or a melted door, when I got home, I contacted Bob's Travel Center today, and I spoke to Robin and told her the incident, and you know, it's a good company. The issue is, I'm not getting any support from Bob's Travel Center. I was simply given the number to contact Fred. I contacted Fred. But actually, before I left, she just wanted to know what the end result would have been, and if they would give me a new door, they would go ahead and put it on. But and then I left. I did get Fred's number, so I contacted Fred and talked to Fred about the issue. And Fred kind of laughed and said, well, you shouldn't leave the doors open. Well, you know, the problem that I have with that is, you're right, you probably shouldn't, but it's hard to explain that to kids. I just simply try to explain to him, I think it's a design flaw, that they should put a stop in it. And while he tends to think that this is a joke, I personally have an issue with it. When your family's in here, we're trying to enjoy it, and if it would have caught fire, we could have had a major disaster. Apparently Fred, either a sales rep or somebody of the design team, thinks that this is pretty funny. He says it's a user problem. I said, well, personally, I think it's a design flaw, and it shouldn't be like that. Well, the problem that I have with Fred now is, Fred ultimately thinks it's funny that and he tried to compare it to the stove. But let me give you another example. The door that I'm looking at right now, which is the door to enter the trailer itself, actually has a stop on it. And look at that. doesn't even rest up against it. If one of those were put in the door, probably prevented it. But anyways, Fred decided to tell me that, well, I don't want to go there and say it's a design problem and people can get hurt and it could become a legal issue. He just simply said, it's like the stove. If a 7-year-old walks up and lights the stove, it's the same issue. Okay, well, let's see here. I'm a 7-year-old. What do you have to do as a 7-year-old? I'll have to turn it to light. So I turn it to light, then I have to spark it. Good 7-year-old, okay? So I have the fire on, and it's on high. Well, you can see there's nothing around. By design, this stove is not designed to catch anything on fire because they thought of it. So let's just say the 7-year-old decided to light another one on fire. I took 2 burners burning, and he or she was smart enough to light the 3rd burner. I can actually have 3 burners going at one time, and I don't have a fire issue. Nothing is going to catch fire. Why? Because they thought of this issue and designed it correctly so that you wouldn't have a fire because of the heat. So, I in turn told Fred, I think he has a design problem, and he seems to think it's funny, and I didn't. So I said, Fred, can I get your last name, please? Fred laughed and said, no, I won't give you my last name, but I'll give you corporate's number. So I had to call. I left a message with corporate. Haven't had a phone call yet. Don't know if they plan on calling me back. Hopefully they will. I then called Fred's boss, and I left the number with Fred's boss, and I still haven't gotten a phone call from anybody. So, my message is basically going out to anybody who owns a Skyline trailer, specifically the 2455B for the bunks. Be aware that when this door opens right here, it's going to rest up against this heater, and you had better hope your family is not in the trailer. Second of all, if you do go somewhere and you just happen to leave a door unlocked, or your kid comes out and, opens the door, you'd better hope that you catch that within the next few minutes. Because if you're out walking by the beach and this happened, the next thing you'll notice is a big plume of smoke coming from your campground with your trailer on fire. If you have any questions or any comments, please post them with this video. I'm really interested to see what people have to think. Like I said, just simply, I think it's a design flaw. They could have very easily put a stop on it, like they do with the regular door to get in. They could have put a strap. They could have put a shock. There's a bunch of things they could have done. They chose not to do it. Skyline, who makes this trailer, which is the Layton, Fred, seems to think it's funny. I don't find it funny at all. And like I said, anybody who owns this trailer, please be aware of it. I am now stuck with the task of making my own stop for it to prevent any other issues like this. I will update the video, or I will put a post on it when I find out what this company has to say. Once again, please reply if you have any issues. Thanks.